All right, just getting here. Glenn Schick mastering for the final day. We enter into the Holy of Holies. This is what it is. Cat working with Akon, master. Who is that? Ludacris? Lloyd? Mr. Key? You doing all right, sir?
Good, how you doing?
Good, man. I got to get you to sign a waiver, man, so I can put you on TV if you don't mind. And T.I., Tip, Bob. This is what it is, man. This is the big leagues. Really? Okay, well, I ain't on that level yet, so we'll just stay in the basic level and work our way up. This is where the master resides. The master himself, doing his thing.
How's it going?
Mr. Glenn, good, man. I appreciate you taking the time to do this for me and let me in the Holy of Holies.
This is just a mastering lab, and we're happy to help you. So.
All right,
yeah.
so you just kind of give me an overview of kind of what we're going to do to get it right.
We're going to take your mix, and we're going to give it a good listen and see what's balanced and what's unbalanced.
Okay.
And we're going to kind of make sure everything's kind of sitting in the right place, that the high end sits nice and the low end sits nice and your vocals are sitting good and the stereo field's all nice and balanced.
Okay.
And you hear all those parts that you work so hard to get.
Right.
And we're going to make sure everybody hears them. So.
Okay. Well, just one question.
Sure.
Just for people starting out, because I want to try to help people coming along, what's the key to getting your job to be easy? In other words, how do you, from start to finish, what's the key to having a good quality mastered mix?
Well, the key is to starting with, something good at the very top of it. Make sure that when you write your song, that you arrange it properly, that you don't put like a bunch of parts on top of each other that don't fit, that the mixer is going to sit there and go, I can't make that sound good. So you want to get a good, song and arrangement. A great performance is like the biggest thing in the world. So, if you get a whole bunch of patched together vocals, that's not going to be the same thing as somebody singing their heart out, and people feel that. So,
now, if I bought that to you, would you be able to put your hands on it and...
A performance? No, I can't make somebody perform.
Okay,
good, yeah.
okay, okay.
No, I mean that comes from here, and that's your part.
Got you.
Getting the performance great, and then having somebody record that all nice and properly, making sure it sounds natural and it sounds like when you're singing to to your audience, that it feels like you singing to that audience, not some weird sounding voice or some strange sounding over adjusted thing. And getting a nice, natural and good sounding mix to it. Okay. And then bringing it here, and we take it home from there. So.
Okay. When I talked to you earlier, you talked about this part being the start and this much being the technique. Could you kind of expound on what you were saying? Because I think that's an important lesson for guys to learn.
Well, what I was saying is a lot of people get caught up in the whole notion that, if I buy this thing, it's going to make it good. And buying a piece of gear or even owning a piece of gear doesn't make anything good. Okay. So, what I'm talking about is these are all tools. You go to a good carpenter and he can take that, $15 hammer he got from Home Depot, build anything. But you just buy a hammer, all you're going to do is knock holes in the wall. Right. So,
gotta know how to use
it's the skill of using that tool. And you don't have to have the fanciest tools. You can have like just a plain old tool and still do an amazing job if you've got some technique. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. People get way too hung up on the gear. So.
Got you. Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to the session.
Yeah, same here.
Let's do it. You feel like it's a good level with the guitar?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the mix is fine as far as like the individual instruments and stuff like that. I mean, the only thing I would say is like, at some point, sometimes I want a little more vocal personally. That's just me personally.
song is called Erotic Adventure. Song is a long story because it all started in a restaurant on a napkin. Had a concept of this song, and when I started to make the track for the record, it wasn't coming together properly. So initially, the beat and the vibe of the concept came together on the track before the lyrical concept completely meshed with the track the way I wanted it to. So basically what I did was tracked it out and got the vibe of what I wanted it to be, because I wanted the beat to really drive the concept, so it would be something that is not just R&B. It could be something that actually hip-hop heads would enjoy because it has that beat that drives, and I tried to put little added syncopations that you hear in hip-hop or rap rhythms and snare, just slightly brush as an artist does. So the concept came together once I finished writing the map of the lyrics, and we had to redo the song completely with more live instrumentation. And then I went to a studio to record the vocals, and that was an interesting experience that I have to talk about at another time in length. But know who you're working with, and if you do not like what you're doing or what you're hearing from where you're working, stop and respectfully say thank you and move on, because once you get to where I am, where you're mastering, it's too late. They can't lay their hands on it and make you walk on water. It does not work like that. Wow, Dad. And that song? Just got done getting the record mastered, and I'm here with my partner Will Diggy, and we're about to eat at Jamaican Jerk. This is my home away from home, where the food is great, so we're about to break bread, but I just wanted to close out and tell you about how this session finished out at the studio. It was a great experience, and I really appreciate Glenn because he is a guru and a master and just a good person. So everything went great. This dude is so phenomenal with his professionalism that he's already sent me an MP3 to my phone for me to listen to, and he asked me, little old me, to critique it and let him know if everything's good. So I appreciate his service and responsible service quality that he's showing me, you know, as an artist. And so now we're about to go break bread, Jamaican Jerk, and we'll be getting back to you soon.